Alright. Alright, this is just going to be 3D games in general. And pretty much it's going to be covering some of the issues with 3D games. 3D fighting games, that is. There's a few flaws that they haven't fixed in 3D games since 3D fighting games since their inception. And a lot of it revolves around the controls. The camera seems to be completely bound to the directional controls. And there's a little phrase that goes pretty much when you have to train, you have to keep your reflexes, so when you want to move, you're moving, and when you want it, it's there. You know what I mean? When you want the strikes, it's there. And currently we're having a lot of issues with movement. Whenever you want to move, instead of moving, you're jumping or you're crouching, and you get to watch your computer opponent dance around you like a butterfly and sting like a bee. That's really, really annoying. There's a quick way around it with the standard controller. You can just have a lock-on button that you hold on, and then you just move around. And for joystick, that works for a controller, but for the joystick, that's going to be a completely different issue. Maybe they can place a button that you can either palm it or hit it with the thumb over here on the control side, or you can do the old school way and what was it called? Like a flight stick, you know what I mean? Like the piloting sticks, they used to have a missile lock or a gun button on top of the joypad. That might work. Particularly with the gun button, as opposed to the missile lock, because the missile is right on top, but the gun button is a trigger down there, and most people, we hold our joypad with our palms down. You know what I mean? So you can just trigger that way. It'll take some tinkering to get it all smooth lined out, but just like Dead or Alive has an extra bonus button for the blocking issue. You know what I mean? Because on Dead or Alive, you hold back for block, but at the same time, you got that button that you can fix, that you can tap whenever the camera just doesn't want to let you block. You know what I mean? Whenever the camera just won't allow it. Whenever the camera connected to controls won't allow it. Well, that's the blocking issue, but you also have to solve the moving issue. And in 15 years, I've never seen them fix that, ever. Alright, so that's the first issue you got with 3D fighting games. The second issue is some of the moves don't connect all the bloody time. And sometimes the computer will make a strike and you should have been hit, it didn't happen. Other times you'll make a strike and it should have hit and it didn't happen. And that's got to get solved sometime. I hate to be one of those cranky old guys that's all about smoothness of controls versus presentation. They want to keep that presentations. They gotta knuckle down and get the controls just right. I'm sorry, that's just the gamer in me. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's pick another place to have this nice little battle here between two interestingly made characters. You know what I mean? You have to train, keep your reflexes, so when you want it, it's there, and when you move, you're moving. And that's Bruce Lee, you know what I mean? And they had it in all the other games, because, you didn't have to train. The characters were already trained. You just press the button and boom, it's there. You know what I mean? But for some strange reason, when they made the leap to 3D, they just couldn't build it right. I don't know why the hell that is. And instead of perfecting what they made, they focused more on building D.L.C. and charging people extra for D.L.C. That's a big faux pas for me, and I strongly recommend gamers get on top of that and just start, you know what I mean, just wait for a review at least before you buy. Stop pre-ordering shit. But we already know that there's going to be folks out there that just buy everything brand new And when it comes to a business model where it could destroy the industry, or they make all the money that could be possibly had, you'll know they're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Good example of that would be the digital versus physical copy nonsense. They've been constantly pushing for digital copy. Mitch from Review Tech, he's been pimping that for years, and just recently people have been pissing about it. I'm like, no, he's been talking about that since, I don't know, 2012, I think. He's been kind of pimping that out, the digital copy versus physical copy, and everybody knows better. So stick to your guns on that. Don't, you know what I mean? We already know the issues with everything that's in the gaming industry. Like, they can't make a game without bugs. And that's the biggest concern that I have. Why is anybody pre-ordering? Why is people giving their money away without even listening to a review? Why is that happening? You know what I mean? Why are you giving the money? They clearly don't respect you. They're clearly not even finishing their product. And right now, when it comes to a fighting game, check out the like Dead or Alive 5, the last round, when the season pass when it first came out, it was like $90-something. So you can clearly see that they want, like, they're charging plus the $60, $90-some plus the $60. That's like 2 customers and a half. So they're basically charging one guy the cost of 3, and that's the route that they're trying to pimp out. That's the route that they're trying to go for all of the fighting games. They all want that same kind of cash, and to me, that's just freaking retarded. Y'all have got to put your foot down. You've got to man up. Stop giving the money, and they start respecting you. It's that simple, man. I hate to be a prick, or I hate to be the asshole of the bunch. That's just the way it's gonna have to rock. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, do you want a game, or do you just want to give them money for nothing? You know what I mean? Because once it all goes digital, it all goes downhill. And I'm expecting another E.T. I'm expecting another video game crash. I kid you guys not. I'm expecting it. It's coming. It's just a matter of time at this point. They're not making a solid product. They're breaking it. They keep asking for more money than the item is worth. In my humble opinion. You know what I mean? You don't have to take my word for it. Watch other reviewers. Listen to other people. You know what I mean? Learn what's going down in the world. But as far as the cost is concerned, it's costing y'all guys way too much money, and you deserve better. Particularly when it comes to a game with bugs and flaws. Why are you paying for it? Why are you paying for it? And when it comes to D.L.C, that game better be ready for competition. If it's not, why the hell are you asking for money? You know what I'm saying? If you can't compare game times with this, if you can't compare win status, if you can't compare points with it, what are you selling, folks? It's kind of like a cinematic experience. That's all they're selling. And to me, it's like, no, I go to the movies for a cinematic experience. When I play a game, I want to play a game. I want to score some points. I want to have the best time on something. I want to be king of the hill. Here's another issue with digital only. Like right now, my Xbox, it keeps cutting off its connection to the internet. I see that message pop up on my screen like all the time. If you look at my Fallout videos, my Fallout shootout hunting guide, it's rife. It's in there almost every other episode since I got the D.L.C. All right, and I have a nice little video documenting that point. You know what I'm saying? So it comes out, it disconnects all the bloody time. All the freaking time. So right when everything goes digital, you'll be giving your money for something that maybe you'll play, and then if you get bad weather, oh, it definitely cuts out. So why are you giving the money? What do you have? The chance to look at something? Again, folks, start shopping wisely. Don't give them an inch. And just don't buy into the hype, and don't buy into the outrage community. That's it. You won't stop being a sucker. You know what I mean? Help yourself out. Another crash, it's on its way coming. I can feel it already. There's a chance it could bounce back. Now I strongly, after Minecraft and after all these games that you can mod got popular or whatever, I can definitely see that there's a way that it could all bounce back and everything could be for the customer's best interest and everybody's best interest. Because the better they serve the customer, the more money they make. Or it should have been that way. Unfortunately, that's just not the way they're doing business. They keep trying to screw over everybody. You know what I mean? They keep trying to cut sections out, sell it as DLC. And, like right now I'm seeing some strange shit with YouTube. Like some guy makes a video wish list for D.L.C. and it gets like thousands of views versus other people that have like wish lists for bonus characters, a wish list for extra features, a wish list for improvements or whatever, and no DLC whatsoever mentioned in any of those, and they get like a couple hundred views, maybe 1,000 if they're lucky. You know what I'm saying? So we already know there's some shady shit going on there. You know what I'm saying? So and this is before the games are even made. I'm like, Soul Calibur 6 DLC, what the hell? And then I saw on this other channel, I'm like, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 4, and again he was requesting DLC. Thankfully Capcom was broke. So broke they had to borrow money from Sony just to make Street Fighter 5, and again they still didn't even finish making Street Fighter 5. So folks, don't make those bad investments. Well, look out for yourselves, because I already know my video is not going to get a whole lot of attention. Some of us out here are out for your best interest. Alright, we're out there to look out for our own, because we want our games to be better. We want our community to be better. We want everything to be better. And the best way to get better is, what was that conversation I had with the guy? Oh yeah, get realistic. Well, do get realistic. You only got 2 to 4 hours out of your day. They're going to punk you the minute you get home from shopping, getting all your chores, getting all your job done. And all you got is 2 to 4 hours a day to yourself, and then 8 hours of sleep. That's it. And they're going to punk you the minute you turn on that game. You got a shopping menu. Ladies and gentlemen, you owe it to yourselves to stop taking the abuse. Because you're better than that. You worked hard for your money. You earned it. This is the Fox Gibson. I'm going to be signing out. Later.